Hello, good evening. Thank you for joining us for News 360. It's live from our News Hub studios right here at Adisawe, Kanda, Accra. My name is Roland Walker.
And I am Portia Gabo. Coming up, the headlines.
News 360 Headlines is brought to you by Deluxe Super Fix Tile Cement, Heaven Insecticide Spray and Coil,
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste,
and Apa Foods.
My Life Insurance.
Tonight's government set to ban social gatherings completely if public attitudes towards safety protocols do not change. We bring you the detail.
I also tell you how the National Population Council and the Ghana Health Service are advocating intensive community behavioral change engagement to drastically reduce infection rates and also keep Ghana back on track.
And also tonight's governance expert Sam Jonah insists Ghana risks confrontation with the West if attempts to criminalize LGBTQ plus activities.
In business, we'll tell you how Ghana's debt stock has risen again. It currently stands at some 33.2.4 billion cedis, representing some 76.6% of GDP.
On the international front, Tunisia's president accused by the opposition of a coup after he sacks his prime minister and suspends parliament following violent mass protests over government's poor handling of the COVID pandemic.
I'll bring you the details of these stories, including all the relevant updates in sports and entertainment, as well as some latest from the international front. You can also catch this live through TV3 Ghana on Facebook, also on Twitter, Instagram, and also YouTube, and then through the DSTV channel 279.
We first begin with COVID-19, and the presidential advisor on health, Dr. Anthony Siasari, says government will not hesitate to ban social gatherings completely if public attitudes towards the safety protocols do not change. According to him, the current disregard for the safety protocols is worrying, especially when Ghana is yet to receive the next batch of vaccines. He spoke exclusively to TV3.
President Akufo-Addo, in his 26th address to the nation, announced, among others, a ban on wedding and funeral receptions, and also directed such events to be held for only 2 hours. The president further said that government had no choice but to return to the strict implementation of some of the restrictions, warning that anyone found culpable will have him or herself to blame. According to the presidential advisor, government may go the long haul if people continue with the same attitude towards the safety protocols.
That for the time being, please let us stop all these fanfares. If the West comes, we'll be monitoring the system. If people don't agree and they don't do what they are supposed to do, I'm afraid maybe one day we'll advise the president to come and have a broadcast where maybe funerals and weddings and all these things will be banned. We don't want to go there. We don't want to read there now. So we are appealing to everybody, as I'm doing now. Please follow the 2 hours. Follow the ban on post-funeral activities like dinners, dance, and all sorts of things, and then post-wedding activities. Especially these are where the problems are.
He further clarified the indication that in the course of the third quarter of the year, the availability of vaccines for the country will ramp up, contrary to previous timelines in the second quarter.
In the third quarter, we're going to ramp up the vaccine distribution. Third quarter starts from July, August, September. We are very certain in our mind that the United States government has donated 1,229,610 Pfizer vaccines. Ghana government has also done everything possible, given all the necessary things that we are supposed to do through African Medicine Supply Platform to get 17 million doses. It means within this third quarter, there's going to be a lot of deployment of vaccines.
How soon?
Very soon. I don't want to give this.
And already, the Director General for the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Patrick Kumar-Boaje, has admitted intensive care units in hospitals across the country are seriously overwhelmed with COVID cases. He asks people to adhere to the safety protocols to prevent the situation from escalating.
We have an increased number of cases in our hospitals. As is overwhelming on a daily basis, sometimes we have discharges, sometimes we have more admissions. But the most important, as I started, is that let's prevent people from falling sick by preventing the disease. And so, yes, we have a significantly increased number of people over what we had, let's say, in April or May. But I wouldn't say that we are seriously overwhelmed.
Dr. Kumar-Boaje says the next strategy is intensifying communication and surveillance to ensure adherence. The Director General said the service is expanding its testing capacity across the country too, adding, aside the 43 testing sites, they are putting in place PCR machines at places that do not have such testing sites.
Not just what we do in the country, but the seaports. So that as people come there, we see how to screen and test them where possible. Where our fishermen go to, say, fishing in Liberia and Sierra Leone and come back, we always know when they're about to land. We are using the burial districts in the areas where they come and land to also screen them.
Dr. Patrick Kumar-Boaje said they are expecting AstraZeneca and Pfizer vaccines by middle of August. He admitted people who have received the first dose of the vaccine and have stayed for over 12 weeks may lose some percentage of their antibody count.
The most important thing is the time between the first and the booster. If the booster is to be taken after 3 weeks, if you take the booster after 2 weeks, you're not going to get any benefit. So, barring the risk of getting it, if the separation is wide, it will still give you the adequate boost when you take a second dose.
He said contact tracing is also still being done.
When we test people who are symptomatic or who present with a case, suspected case, and they are positive, we take a list of their contacts and we go to them and test them. And that is why you can see that as the numbers going up, we are doing more tests. And then we are getting more cases. So that's how contact tracing then. But if we're waiting for people who are sick to come, we'll not be reporting the number we are doing. We are doing that because we are doing a lot of contact tracing.
Meanwhile, community engagement has to be intensified over the next few weeks to curb infection rates and keep Ghana back on track. Executive Director of the National Population Council, Dr. Letitia Pia, tells Roland Walker Ghanaians also need to complement the effort of the state in strictly adhering to the protocols and being more responsible.
Human beings are supposed to be responsible, and so they really don't need control. They need direction, and you give them direction based from an informed choice, okay? Informed position of what you seek to gain and what you seek to, what you stand to lose if you do not do this or that. That's what the Bible tells us. So it gives you your choice. But then you have to have the information to know that this is helpful and you do more of it, and this is not helpful and you do less of it, because it will hurt you. It will come back to hurt you. You cannot run away from the consequences of your bad choices. So that is what we need to do. We need to empower people. The police cannot be everywhere to make sure that I wear the mask. No. Okay, fine, the police is on the street. What about the home? So if you do not empower them individually, intrinsic power, that's what we need, not extrinsic, So we have to communicate, and that one takes time. And that one takes a scientific communication. It should be clear that these are the consequences.
Well, we already also do know that there are a number of actions that have been taken, but more cases have been recorded. And we have a couple of regions, don't we?
Yes, the Ashanti region.
Well, definitely. And already, COVID-19 cases in some basic and senior high schools within the Ashanti region, apparently, are fast rising. A total of some 85 schools so far have been affected. We have the Regional Health Director, Dr. Emmanuel Tinkrang, disclosing this at a media encounter and also asking school authorities to ensure strict compliance to all safety protocols. We'll bring you a report by Ibrahim Abubakar.
We've seen outbreaks in some schools in Ashanti region. So far, total of 85 schools are affected. We were thinking that even if the public is not adhering to the protocols, when you move into the senior high schools where the system is regulated, at least the management, the teachers, and then the school children should at least adhere to the protocols. And that's we are not seeing in the region.
The region currently records an average of 120 cases on a daily basis, in spite of several interventions to control the spread of the virus. Disregard to the safety protocols is a common phenomenon when one walks through the central business district of Kumasi. Physical distancing and wearing of nose masks have been thrown to the dogs, with only a handful complying with the directive. Dr. Emmanuel Tinkran describes this as worrying.
What is happening in our community, I think, is a cause for worry. We will need to redouble our efforts as far as adhering to the protocols and then the guidelines are concerned, and then making sure that we all obey the rules and then the regulations, irrespective of the circumstances that we find ourselves.
Addressing Ghanaians on strategies put in place to reduce the rising COVID-19 cases in the country, President Akufo-Addo reiterated wearing of nose masks and observance of enhanced hygiene protocols remain mandatory. Some residents have welcomed the renewed call, but want government to show leadership by not breaking the preventive protocols.
Away from COVID-19, the NDC minority in Parliament is asking the Akufo-Addo administration to seek debt relief or risk failing to pay the country's debts in 18 months. The point was made by Ranking Member for Finance Dr. Kazel Atuforsen at a forum on the state of Ghana's economy. There's more in this report by Mawina Edbeta.
Just days ahead of the Finance Minister's presentation of the 2021 mid-year budget review, the NDC have taken the lead in outlining their view of the current state of the economy. Minority spokesperson on finance, Dr. Atuforsen, did not mince words, declaring that Ghana's economy is in the worst shape in recent memory due to the high public and external debt overhang incurred by the Akufo-Addo administration long before COVID-19 hit.
At the end of December 2016, we needed 51.18% of Ghana's domestic revenue to repay or to service our debt. As at the year 2016, 51.18% of Ghana's domestic revenue to service our debt. This increased to 54.22% by the end of December 2019. And the graph will tell you, look at 2016, it started getting worse here. 54%, and this is before COVID-19. We needed 66% of our tax revenue to repay our debt, not only to repay, to service the loan and to repay those that fall due, because it's not all of them that is falling due at a particular point in time. So we use 66%. This ratio worsened to 73% by December 2019, and this is before COVID-19. It further worsened to 87% by December 2020.
With a debt-to-GDP ratio of 76.6%, utilizing 87% of revenue for debt repayment and amortization, Dr. Atuforsen projects that if the current situation persists, Ghana won't meet its obligation in 18 months' time.
We expect the Akufo-Addo government to seek an urgent debt relief from the International Monetary Fund through the newly proposed debt relief initiative known as the Common Framework for Debt Treatment beyond the Debt Service Suspension Initiative, DSSI, which can be likened to HIPIC, similar to HIPIC, and it's important the government do that. We will also submit that failure by the Akufo-Addo government to do so, as recommended, will mean that within 18 months from today, Ghana will be exposed to a high risk of default on its debt service obligation, which will plunge this country into a deeper economic crisis.
For the minority, the state of the economy can only improve if government takes proactive steps to reduce its expenditure and borrowing to ease pressure on mounting debts.
And incidentally, that forum on the economy had representation from the MPP. Dr. Stephen Amwa, Member of Parliament for Inshaeso, and Deputy Finance Minister Dr. Kuma were all available and on demand that the government seek debt relief. John Kuma dismissed the call, insisting the return to the IMF is not on the table.
With all the issues they raise, I have noted them. At the appropriate time, we are going to give them the necessary response. Except that I want to say that most of the issues they raise, they were not able to offer any alternative policy suggestions to the government, except to do criticism, tell us what we already know. And the issues they raise, mid-year budget is coming. I can assure you that issues to do with fertilizers and roads, and even youth unemployment and national security issues, they are all going to be well addressed in the mid-year budget.
You said they didn't offer any solutions, but the ranking member says you should seek debt relief. That's the most important thing, since we are in a ditch and we are continuing to sink. Isn't that a solution in your estimation?
The NDC solution is for Ghana to go back to IMF. That's a very, very lame suggestion to give to us. I can tell you, we are not going to IMF today or tomorrow, not as far as this government is concerned. Maybe when the NDC comes back to power in future and they want to take Ghana back to the IMF, we'll do that. We have just taken Ghana out of IMF. And if you organize an economic policy program and all you are telling government is for us to go to IMF, it shows you the lack of ideas that the NDC has. They have no alternative ideas to offer to Ghanaians.
In more news tonight, the University of Ghana has appointed a professor of linguistics as its new acting vice-chancellor. Professor Nanaba Appiah-Amfo has spent the last 20 years lecturing at the University of Ghana, rising to full professor in 2017. Her most recent role is pro-vice-chancellor for academic and student affairs. A notice issued and signed by Registrar of the University of Ghana stated that the newly constituted University Council made the appointment until the Council appoints a substantive vice-chancellor. The communication added that it took the decision for the most senior of the two pro-vice-chancellors to act in accordance with Section 10(2)(b) of the University of Ghana Act 2010 and Section C(6)(3) of the University of Ghana statutes. So, who is she? Let's get to know more about the new acting pro-vice-chancellor of the University of Ghana. She is 49 years and a former Holy Child and Archbishop Porter Girls student. She also studied French and linguistics at the University of Ghana. She holds an MPhil and PhD from Norwegian University of Science and Technology. She is pro-vice-chancellor for academic and student affairs at UG. That's the position she held before her current appointment. And Dean of School of Languages. She also had the position as head of department of the linguistics department and started as a lecturer at the Department of Linguistics in 2001. That's a big feat, and because of her, we too can, Roland.
Well, definitely, and I know that she also follows closely Professor Jane Nano-Opoku-Agyemang, but we need more women out there, and kudos to her as well.
Kudos to her.
Well, definitely, but moving on, we also do know that Ghana will risk a confrontation with the West if it does any attempt to criminalize LGBTQ plus issues, and also, as being stated by international governance expert Dr. Kwesi Jonah, now the Institute of Democratic Governance Fellow, says the sanctions could be in dire consequences because the controversial promotion of proper human sexual rights and Ghanaian Family Values Bill 2020 is not going to bode well for the country. Dr. Kwesi Jonah spoke exclusively to Komla Kluche.
And I'm sure in the past few days, you might have averted your minds to the controversial LGBT stuff that has been going on. For you, where or what should be the guard word in an attempt to, so to speak, criminalize LGBT in the country?
No, I have no doubt in my mind that the private members' legislation bill that is currently being mooted has the support of not only the majority of MPs, but also the majority of Ghanaians. But in my opinion, in my personal opinion also, we should always look at the international situation. We should always look at the international situation to see where does Ghana position itself. Do we have other means of dealing with this problem other than passing a legislation which will put us in a very bad light in the eyes of the international community? So I have no doubt members of my church, members of every community, majority of the members, of more than 95% of the members of parliament support this bill. But we should always tread cautiously in such matters.
In the current form as it is now, if it is not fine-tuned, just like you have said, we should look at the position. Do you think that Ghana is not strongly positioned to stand on its own, for instance, when it comes to aid and support, that if we are able to pass this bill into law, we risk sanctions, if you have to use that advisedly, from the international community?
No, you hit the nail right on the head. Within the European Union, those countries that have passed legislation against LGBTQI are in trouble. So if you are getting aid and support from the European Union, then you should know that your relationship with the European Union is also at risk. And how we should look at the sentence, the length of the sentences prescribed, and to look at the nature of what we call the crime, and so on and so forth. I think our members of parliament should look at the bill very, very carefully.
Away from Parliament, the Institute of Environmental and Sanitation Studies of the University of Ghana, under the auspices of the SDGs Advisory Unit of the Office of the President, is undertaking an ocean governance study to analyze the national framework for ocean governance in Ghana. The activity is to enable Ghana harness the benefits of a sustainable ocean economy and support the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals.
The leadership of organized labor has come under severe criticism for accepting 4% and 7% salary increments for public sector workers. Already,
climate and even the oxygen in the air we breathe are all ultimately provided and regulated by the sea. Currently, there is continuous deterioration of coastal waters due to pollution and ocean acidity affecting the functioning of ecosystems and biodiversity. Sustaining and ensuring a very healthy ocean to boost its productivity, the Ocean Governance Study is to uncover some regulations and legal frameworks surrounding the maintenance of oceans in Ghana. The study is carried out by major agencies to safeguard its effectiveness.
The Ocean Governance Study is essentially some diagnostic work to look at the legal and institutional framework that exists today, what the challenges around those legal and institutional frameworks are, the capacity requirements that are needed to truly enable us give the ocean 100%.
Professor Kwesi Piening Ado, Director of the Institute of Environmental and Sanitation, University of Ghana, says the various institutions must take interest in the activities of the ocean to help protect it.
Ocean has the potential to provide jobs. How do we ensure that the ocean provides jobs for our people? The ocean has the potential to, give us an economic, gains. The 14 heads of government have taken it upon themselves to give it 100% push to ensure that in the shortest possible time we should have 100% management, sustainable management of the oceans.
An ocean panel has been composed by state leaders to develop transformative set of recommendations and actions to advance a sustainable ocean economy, prioritizing a healthy ocean alongside sustainable production.
Well, it's why we have to go for a break. When we come back, we'll bring you all the latest in business.
I'm sure. Ah, fair.
Different era, better result. Time has changed and time has brought Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Healthy gums, anti-cavity, fresher breath, and it whitens teeth. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Sankofa.
Yenchi. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste.
Happy smile.
I'm going to interview Zuzum right here in my house. Hey!
Look up there. Why are you using inferior pen?
It was a mistake. I no check.
Acrobat2, I'm going to knock you out.
I know, sir.
You deserve quality.
Don't make mistakes. Stop!
You did the right thing.
When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury acrylic paint. No be any painting be paint.
The luxury acrylic paint.
Paint champion.
I love football. Football can be a dirty game, on or off the pitch. Even when I'm trying to score at a party, stains find a way of tracking me down. But I don't worry at all, because I have CleanSoft. Use new CleanSoft 360 Deep Clean, a unique formula with active ingredients and enzymes that gets rid of all stubborn stains and leaves your clothes smelling wonderful.
CleanSoft, my favorite.
CleanSoft 360 Deep Clean, clean all.
Can you picture? Is that
not your wife?
Every time your children are falling sick, you don't have money.
Stop! Everyone! Baby. What's setting me for tonight? You know I like that sweet-scented insecticide spray. Little bit on the porch. Now do we have pity living room hall? Bedroom what you hear? Me love you, me baby. Of course, I take very good care of my wife and children, so I always win. If you want to protect your family against mosquitoes, there's still this sweet scented perfume coil now. I repel mosquitoes. I know my wish baby. And the spray also sweet scented. It kills all crawling and flying insects. Heaven insecticide. Oh, sharp prevention is always better than Mausanka or Heaven insecticide spray. And in the coil, if you say heaven dear,
this advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Wakey. Shine your eye.
Shine your eye. Receive money from family and friends overseas and spend from your ZPay mobile money wallet. Dial *270# now.
Surprise! Ma!
What's what's it? I have Papa and me.
There's a live chicken in my living room.
Sister, shine your eyes.
It's not funny.
Direct.
For generations, Ghanaians have had one thing in common, and that's the way we start our day. Wherever your day will take you, start with the energy from Cadbury Rich Cocoa, made from the finest Ghanaian cocoa.
This advert is FDA approved.
Mama!
Me know.
And I can't stand it.
Just a moment.
And now power, huh?
Yeah!
Oh yeah, Jack Macron no more. It's you cannot guess there. Hey yo, contomre. What a clean tomato sauce on your baby. And a pasadine for box with salad here. Hey yo, stew. And a jollofa. Now it's the one that don't know it though. Up to that. And the ball of ya, or made to bunny a doa. You want a pass sauce, check for you, sir, or more tasty. And a big beans for the breakfast. Na so a salad, oh, she and a patuna. We can puffle. Na so a salad, oh, taste good. And a pan on dairy creamer. 4 box we so can see oats, na cremitino. Yawa and a spaghetti. Talia papa B. Mansunin sijadu re. Nafa and a spaghetti no gum. Wo and a patalia no I am ready. For what on you with you. So I am no so good.
Dem deruboyi FBA ashishemu ajatu.
Brought to you by MTN, Roma Insecticide Spray and Coil,
West Hills Ridge Property, Eden Heights, Lufat.
Let's do business now. My name is Eton Amsi. Ghana's public debt stock is up again at 332.4 billion cedis, representing 76.6% of GDP. This is according to a new data released by the Bank of Ghana for the end of May 2021. The Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research has been reacting to this development.
Ghana's total public debt stock has increased once again, according to new data released by the Bank of Ghana. The debt stock, which ended the first quarter of 2021 at 304.6 billion Ghana cedis, increased by almost 30 billion cedis in April and May. This saw Ghana's total public debt as of the end of May 2021 rising to 332.4 billion cedis compared to 291.6 billion cedis as at December 2020. Of the total debt stock, domestic debt was 170.8 billion, representing 39.4% of GDP, while the external debt was 161.5 billion cedis. Ahead of the mid-year budget review, some economists are asking government for an update on new measures in sustaining the country's debt to GDP.
We apologize for the poor sound quality. The Bank of Ghana has kept the policy rate at 13.5% to spur economic growth. The central bank attributed the decision to maintain the policy rate partially to the easing of inflation sharply and reverted within the medium-term target band, driven mainly by the tight monetary policy stance. According to the Bank of Ghana, the latest forecast remains broadly unchanged, with inflation projected to remain within the band and around the central path in the forecast horizon, bearing any upside risks from fiscal pressures. The Monetary Policy Committee, however, noted greater efficiency in debt management would be required, especially in the face of potential further tightening of global financing conditions. This, the committee indicated, could heighten rollover risk and access to new financing in the outlook. In the view of the committee, the opening up of economies, rising inflation abroad, stronger growth outcomes in advanced economies with possible interest rate responses from central banks are beginning to shape investor behavior with potential impact on the domestic bond market. Let's now head to the commodities market and see how good cocoa and crude fared today. Brent crude started the week with a 1% price jump of 74.4% dollars per barrel. Cocoa surged by almost 3.6% to trade at $2,394 per metric ton. Gold was the sole loser with a 0.05% decline to close the day at $1,801 per ounce. And that'll be it for business for tonight. Remember, there's more business news on 3news.com. My name is Eton Amsi. Sports is next.
If you wake up and don't want to smile, if it takes just a little while, open your eyes and just look at the day. You know you'll see things in a different way. Oh, don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop, it'll soon be here.
The show was a jar or bar anyone conquer dim.
The groom is sick.
What?
Malaria.
Malaria. Lufat. Lufat.
In Jija, woman malaria and kawan to them. Lufat, a malaria drop a cup.
And now you may kiss the bride.
Entrance Pharmaceuticals and Research Center. And I Lufat. Lufat, a two malaria sententem. FDA,
Have you heard of Eden Heights, a luxury gated residential development located in the heart of Accra West, just behind West Hills Mall? It's Accra's best kept secret, a master planned community of modern styled apartments and penthouses bearing the superior seal of grade A finishing. Eden Heights promises residents convenience, security and comfort. For an all-inclusive and self-contained living experience, Eden Heights is your best choice. You are guaranteed a wide variety of social and recreational conveniences right at your doorstep, including open green spaces, soccer pitch, swimming pools, tennis court, fitness center, playgrounds and entertainment facilities. Reserve your luxury apartment on our limited promotional offer with just 25,000 cedis. Call 050-1531-444 for more information and to book a viewing. Terms and conditions apply. Eden Heights, welcome home.
Life must be enjoyed. Life must be lived to the fullest. And that is why Ayo is making insurance accessible to all Ghanaians. With over 5 million Ghana cedis claims paid, we continue to bring smiles to all MTN subscribers across the country. A life or hospital cover for as low as 4 Ghana cedis per month, yet giving us so much to be happy for. We share the goodness Ayo brings with everyone. Dial *296# and follow the prompts to register for Ayo Recharge with Care. Registration is free. Ayo, because you care. Terms and conditions apply. Underwritten by Metropolitan Life Insurance Ghana.
Should you rumor to me?
Tonton Master, Roma insecticide spray ada Roma. Interfere, Entatia, make it ha. No way. Shemikuno, and Tonton Bako crown panel. And also a pussy. Roma insecticide spray and mosquito coil. And how dare we a sham? Roma,
Roma and Tonton Master.
For a better tomorrow, don't forget to do the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate every night.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Hello there. We know what matters today, don't we? Hurry up. Follow safety measures. Drive for hours. Grab a perfect spot. Park smoothly. And then visit another shop. And scroll for the opportunities. Tap to pay. Enjoy that extra reward. Get 10% extra cash back when you pay with Visa. How you pay matters.
Puma Drinks, a whole new vibe. Another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Hey guys. So it's day 3 of eating well with fun.
Why are you doing this to yourself?
Cheat day?
Just try NEWS360. It's like cheat day every day, the tasty way.
Made with wheat, oats, and delicious goodness. NEWS360 Oats Digestive Biscuits. Tasty goodness. This advertisement is FDA approved.
This segment is brought to you by
Cal Kids Toothpaste.
Hello, good evening and welcome to the sports segment here on NEWS360. And it was a big weekend of domestic football that is throughout the country. In the FA Cup, it was a huge disappointment for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, who got knocked out by Brecum Chelsea, while Mediama and also Ashgood as well as Accra Hearts of Oak have also booked their respective semi-final slots. In the Division 1, though, it was RTU who joined Accra Lions, BBNE Gold Stars as qualified teams for next season's Ghana Premier League. Here is a wrap of the weekend in sports.
The wild celebrations, the cautious drop of the knee to the canvas, and the disappointment of not advancing in a cup competition. This weekend had it all for sports fans in Ghana. With an action-packed FA Cup quarter-final awaiting, the mood was ripe, with expectations laid on the doorstep of major contenders for the FA Cup title this season.
This is simply fantastic. Caleb Amarkwa scores the opener for the Phobians.
They will face Mediama Sporting Club, who were 3-2 winners over Tram Devesa.
During the competition, the Premiership, we scored them in Accra Sports Stadium, but they are complaining a lot. So when we came here, we decided not allow them to score. We are coming here to score them again for them to know their standard.
Asante Kotoko will not have anything to shout about this season. After succumbing to Hearts of Oak for the title, Kotoko were booted out of the FA Cup after penalty shootout defeat to Brecum Chelsea in the cup competition. Kotoko will not feature in cup competitions next season and will not celebrate any cup triumphs in this campaign.
Chelsea have eliminated the defending champions Kumasi Asante Kotoko. I think some people who are supposed to be Kotoko supporters will be happy because they come to our lunch time threatening, insulting our players.
But there were wild celebrations in Tamale. Real Tamale United have returned to the Ghana top flight. It was down to something from the realms of possibilities. RTU needed to win and hope Bofakwa United dropped points against Brecum Arsenal. That is exactly what happened. The Pride of the North are back in the big time.
We are going to cause wonders in the proof. We prove to them that yes, RTU has fully come back. The entire North will give their maximum support to RTU. So we are very grateful and very happy.
In Japan, Suleiman Nutete made Ghana proud. He has not won a medal yet, but he has made giant strides in winning one.
The Olympics officially entered day 3 today. While some countries have already hit the medal table jackpot, others are also steadily warming up into their big breaks. Here is a wrap of day 3.
Adams Petey won Great Britain's
Chale, yeah, kind of direct. Now, what's this saying? With Dewa NLA 539 Direct, you only have to select up to 5 numbers from 1 to 39. To play, dial *446# across all mobile networks and select option 1. With a minimum of 2 Ghana cedis, you can bet on Direct 1. Match the first number and win 20 times your stake. Direct 2. Match 2 numbers and win 45 times your stake. Direct 3. Match 3 numbers and win 400 times your stake. Direct 4. Match 4 and win 5,000 times your stake. Direct 5. Match all 5 numbers to win 50,000 times your stake. The more you play, the more you win. Look out for the draw results on TV3 News at 7 p.m. Win easy, win every day with Dewa NLA 539 Direct. Afa, winning no, it choke.
Help fight the spread of germs. Learn Lifebuoy's hand washing habits. Wash hands with soap or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Together, let's help fight the spread of germs in Africa.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Mommy!
Concerned about your family's safety at your home or business? Worry no more. Get more. For any window or door, get more. For unique custom-made solutions, get more. Call Trelidor 0561 24 24 24. Trelidor, Africa's strongest burglar-proofing.
Dad, I think Mom knows more about things than you do. Oh, yes, and she knows more about nutrients.
What are you trying to say?
Yes, Mommy loves me better than you do.
What's in the Abanikano?
What's today? Mom, I was only telling him Momo milk is the ideal for a complete and balanced diet. It is loaded with nutrients. It has a good source of essential minerals, vitamins, and rich in calcium. It has given me stronger bones and teeth.
So they also get stronger bones and teeth.
Momo milk, enriched instant milk powder. For bulk purchase, contact 059 691 3366. This advert is FDA approved.
Do your gums hurt? Yeah. Does your toothpaste contain sage, eucalyptus, myrrh, chamomile? All that in one toothpaste? Yes, try Colgate Herbal. Colgate Herbal contains nature's best herbs and Colgate's fluoride technology to give you strong teeth and healthy gums. Ah, Colgate Herbal. Let's go. Colgate Herbal for strong teeth and healthy gums naturally.
Phantom X, new Elise flagship. Be bold, be extraordinary.
I wish you well on your new job and place. Be fine.
Hello, Grandpa.
My grandson, I learned you are leaving your father's hacienda to go and increase your standard of living to an astronomical quotient. Just go Why? This is my pneumatological aberration from the Abinkunabolis to the eschatological divinity. I bought you these from the Makers Electronics Company Limited.
My son, when you receive your first salary, make sure so make it the Makers Electronics Company Limited.
The Makers are up to 67% discount. For the Makers Electronics Company Limited is here 055 22 22 253. The Makers Electronics Company Limited. Large and in charge with quality but affordable home appliances and consumer electronics.
I'm at the station. Please, can you give me the direction? Ask anyone. Okay, madam.
Madam Panchy Peach.
Why you go Panchy Peach? Coso Road. Now, where is number 4 and Numde Avenue?
Croissant! Front right, sharp left.
Please, direct me to number 4 and Numde Avenue.
Croissant!
Why can't you go Panchy Peach? And give me direction to number 4 and Numde Avenue.
Croissant!
Please, can you direct me to number 24 Numde Avenue?
Keep going with the goodness of the new Fan Yogo Panchy Peach. So cool, so good.
can be part of the extraordinary world of endless possibilities on Vodafone. With the best value and amazing data offers and services available in Ghana, your dreams are achievable. Get more for less with Vodafone data. Vodafone. Together we can.
In Northern Africa, Tunisia's president has sacked his prime minister and also suspended parliament after violent mass protests nationwide. Well, hunger over the government's handling of a massive recent spike in COVID-19 cases has so far added to general unrest over the country's economic and social turmoil. President Tsai, who was elected in 2019, announced he was taking over. His supporters erupted in celebration, but opponents in parliament immediately accused him of staging a coup, and clashes among rival groups also, well, continued throughout today.
Let's now go to Senegal, where the health ministry is warning that hospitals in the capital, Dakar, are becoming overwhelmed due to a surge in COVID-19 cases. Infections have soared over the past month from a few dozen a day to 1,700 daily cases. Public health officials are worried medical staff in the city were burned out and that almost 99% of hospital beds were occupied. There's more on 3news.com. Coming up is entertainment news.
Entertainment news segment is brought to you by Puma Drinks.
Now, star performer for the Ghana Most Beautiful Week 2, set off from the Volta region, has vowed to work extra hard to make her region proud and also boost the chances of winning the competition. Now, Seto is convinced good research, hard work, and the passion with which she delivered a message did the magic for her over the weekend.
What's that? Curses. Me homiano. MNF anami. Oh no! I just killed somebody and left yet another mental patient unattended.
Seto's performance offered education on the influx of herbal medicine, issues relating to adverse reactions and challenges to monitoring their safety.
Should mental illnesses always be blamed on witchcraft and curses? Should herbs that can actually cure turn into poison because they have been overdosed? No. We are not saying that traditional medicine is bad.
Posing as a priestess, the poster girl for perseverance again touched on mental health and its correct management, recommending how the myths surrounding mental health could be best managed.
Can we begin to educate people about the correct management of mental illnesses, or better still, send them to the hospital? Can our local herbs be researched for proper production of drugs? Can the research centers be brought closer to our traditional healers? Give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and to God what belongs to God.
Judge Fred Bafo was overwhelmed by her performance.
We went through the whole gamut of the problems and how to solve it, and you mentioned the good things and the bad. I'm not going to say I'm very impressed. I'm actually overwhelmed. Well done.
The delivery blew the minds of the audience and later won her the star performer ahead of Ashanti region, Safwa, and Tero from the Upper West region.
A lot of sleepless nights, and this week particularly has been a very stressful week. There have been a lot of activities. As of yesterday, I wasn't very concrete with my lines. I didn't even know whether I was going to be able to develop my lines properly or deliver this morning, but glory be to God. Actually really excited. It's been just 2 weeks and it only gets better. I'm glad I was able to impress the judges.
Seto vowed to keep giving off her best to boost her chances of winning the competition.
I'm also promising to put in the work.
The best costume contestant went to the Upper West Region's Terror, with Mfojo from the Bunu region winning the most eloquent contestant.
So our star performer for tonight.
Congratulations
Yeah.
to Seto. She did well.
Well, definitely.
Yesterday.
And the reviews on social media too have been very good. Make sure that you keep watching Ghana's Most Beautiful. It's on every Sunday. And also getting all the latest on TV3 Ghana, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. But that'll be for now for the evening news, NEWS360. My name is Roland Walker.
And I am Portia Gabo. Good evening.
Bye-bye.